Hello everyone, today I want to tell you a story. It might sound like a funny story, but it's actually the origin of a very famous psychological study. This happened back in 1995 in the United States. There was a man named Arthur Wheeler. This guy became famous for one of the most ridiculous criminal attempts ever. He decided to rob a bank, but not in the sneaky Hollywood movie style. He did it in broad daylight, no mask, no hat. Even confidently posed and smiled for the security cameras before casually walking out. When the police heard about it, they arrested him effortlessly, like taking candy from a baby. But the interesting part isn't the robbery, it's his reaction when he got handcuffed. He looked confused, eyes wide, mumbling, "Huh? How did I get caught? I put lemon juice on my face." Sounds bizarre, right? He thought putting lemon juice on his face would make him invisible to security cameras. Like some kind of Marvel superpower. Why did he believe that? Well, he heard that lemon juice could be used as invisible ink. So he figured if he applied it to his face, the cameras wouldn't see him. His confidence level was off the charts. Peak delusion. Wait a second, doesn't that sound familiar? Remind you of someone you know? Like that one friend who says they sing really well, but when they start singing, the whole neighborhood runs away. Or the gamer who calls themselves a pro but just ends up feeding the enemy team. Today, we're going to decode this overconfidence. It's a phenomenon called the Dunning-Kruger effect. The name sounds foreign, but don't worry. I'll explain it in a way that's super easy to understand. Back to the bank robbery, when the police showed Wheeler the security footage. He was completely shocked. His face was clearly visible in the video, not blurry at all, but he kept insisting. The camera must be faulty. How can it see me so clearly? The police ran a full check. He wasn't insane. Wasn't high, just severely misinformed. But what shocked people most was his confidence. He didn't just think lemon juice would make him invisible. He truly believed his plan was flawless, that no one could catch him. This bizarre case caught the attention of two psychologists, David Dunning and Justin Kruger. They wondered, how can someone so clueless be so confident? Something didn't add up. So they dug deeper and conducted experiments to understand where this misplaced confidence came from. And from that, the Dunning-Kruger effect was born. A psychological concept we're about to explore. To understand the weirdness of the bank robber story, Dunning and Kruger brought in a bunch of college students as test subjects. They gave them simple tasks like spelling tests, solving logic puzzles, and telling jokes to see if they were actually funny. After that, they asked each person, "Hey, how well do you think you did? Where do you rank among the group?" The results shocked them. Students who scored terribly, the bottom of the class, rated themselves super high. They thought they performed above average, maybe even top of the class. But in reality, their scores were so low no one wanted to look. Meanwhile, the students who actually did great were too humble. They were like, it was okay, I'm sure anyone could do it. They didn't realize they were in the top 1%, because the test felt easy to them. The funniest part, the people who sucked didn't realize they sucked, and the ones who were good didn't realize how good they were. So why does the Dunning-Kruger effect happen? Basically, here's the idea. When you know a little, you think you know everything. But when you know a lot, you realize how little you actually know. Let me make this clearer with a simple analogy. Imagine a graph with two axes. The x-axis is how much you know. The y-axis is your confidence. When you barely know anything, your confidence shoots through the roof. But as you learn more, you realize, wait, this is actually harder than I thought. Then when you become truly skilled, your confidence comes back, but this time, it's grounded in reality. Here's a relatable example. Let's say you just started playing a game like Arena of Valor, and you win 2 matches in a row. You suddenly think you're ready for the World Championship, bragging to all your friends. Then you meet a diamond rank player and get wrecked. That's when it hits you, you're barely bronze level. Meanwhile, real pros are different. They know the game is super complex, full of strategies and techniques. So they don't go around talking big. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. The less you know, the more you brag. The more you know, the quieter you become. And this effect isn't just in labs. It's everywhere, especially among young people who haven't gained much knowledge or experience. Remember those Vietnam Idol auditions on TV? Some contestants came on stage super confident, but sounded like a dying duck. The judges rejected them, and they left feeling sad and confused. That's Dunning-Kruger in real life. Or people on the street. Motorcyclists running red lights, weaving through traffic, thinking they're riding like pros. Surveys show 9 out of 10 Vietnamese believe they drive better than average. And it's not just driving. It happens with small stuff too. A friend of mine learned Photoshop for 2 days and already took on a wedding photo gig. What was the result? The bride looked like a ghost. The groom demanded a refund. And my friend was just left confused. And honestly, all of us, myself and you included, have fallen for this effect at some point. So how do we escape it? Simple. Keep learning. Always. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you still don't know. Never think you know it all. That's a sign you probably know very little. In Dunning and Kruger's study, those weak students were super confident at first. But when they got just a little training in spelling and logic, they started evaluating themselves more accurately. The key is, find people better than you, learn from them, and figure out where you really stand in this sea of knowledge. Next time you feel overly confident about something, take a pause. Do a bit of Googling. Ask your friends for their opinion. You might be under the spell of the Dunning-Kruger effect without realizing it. The more you learn, the more you see how vast knowledge is, and how small you really are. That's not insecurity. It's wisdom. That's it. Now do you understand the Dunning-Kruger effect? Don't let fake confidence ruin your life. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and hit subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. See you in the next one.